Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and tonight's video is going to be messages from your person reading. We're also going to look at what is their next move towards you and what's blocking this connection. So we have three options to choose from. My usual messages from your person cards, also music oracles, which are cards that depict music icons through the years, and those icons have messages for you. Those messages are intended to be from the higher self of your love interest, okay? So you want to tune in and pick with your intuition. Option number 1 is the pink card. Option number 2 is the green card. And option number 3 is the orange card. So pause the video if you need more time. And if you'd like to use this technique, go ahead and close your eyes. Inhale through the nose, nice and slow. And exhale through the mouth, nice and slow. And when you open your eyes, the first option they go to is usually the right reading for you. Of course, if you get into the reading after about 5-10 minutes and the reading isn't fitting your situation, don't try to force it to fit. Just simply choose another option or another video, okay? So one more time. Option 1, option 2, option 3. Timestamps as always are in the description box below, and we're going to get started with option 1. Welcome option 1. Thank you for tuning in. So let's see what we've got here. Your first message from your person is, you deserve someone better than me. Wow. Your person says you deserve someone better than me. And the first music oracles we have is from Johnny Cash, the bad boy of country music. He says, regarding your attitude, or the attitude that your person is taking towards this connection, is, it says, making the right enemies is as important as making the right friends. Okay? And the way that he is living his life, or the lifestyle that he sees you as living, is heaven or hell. It's up to you. And the inspirational message that he has for you is, darkness is your friend. So I'm getting that this person is, in a dark place. I kind of felt that when I was shuffling the cards off camera, but I didn't know which pile it was for. Evidently it's for you, option 1. This person might have the attitude that, come see, come saw, whatever will be, will be. If you guys have to be at odds or enemies, then, that's fine, because his attitude is that enemies are just as important as friends. And, life is what you make of it. And, don't be afraid of your shadow side. Don't be afraid of your dark side. Interesting. Okay, let's get some more messages from your person. See if we can find out what's going on here. Alright. So go ahead and think about your person. Picture their face in your mind. Think about them. Angels, spirits, and guides, please give us accurate and clear guidance from the cards. Please get us in touch with the higher self of the collective love interest, who is, for those who have chosen option 1. What do they want to say to them? What do they want to say to option 1? What does this person want to say to option 1? We got 3 right off the bat. I should have chosen you. So this person didn't choose you. Either they chose someone else or they chose another life path. Now they're saying that they should have chosen you. And this could be, why they think they're not good enough for you now, because they realize their mistake. How could somebody make such a big mistake as to reject someone that they know now the value of? How could they reject someone so valuable as you and feel good about themselves? They don't. I'm still in love with you. This person's still in love with you. So for those who resonate with that and, are at a level where love was exchanged between the two of you, this person says they're still in love with you. If this was more of a like or crush situation, then apply it at that level. This person still likes you. But for the majority this is resonating, this person still loves you. I think about reaching out to you, but I can't make myself do it. Yeah, they're in a dark place, as we saw with that Johnny Cash card and them saying they don't feel good enough, so they think about reaching out to you, but they can't make themselves do it. I'm going to get a couple of more messages from your person. I'm feeling drawn to get a love oracle real quick for overall clarity and guidance on these messages so far for option 1. The Golden Mirror, self-absorbed, narcissistic, one-sided relationship love bombing. So this person broke your heart, it looks like, or deeply hurt you, and I feel like they're getting their karma for that because they're now feeling deeply hurt. You guys are in separation, whether actually or emotionally, but for most of you, you're actually in separation, have experienced a loss or a breakup in the connection, and I feel like, this person is a mourning period over it, whether it happened recently or a long time ago. It's just now dawning on them. And perhaps you started dating someone new and this is what triggered them to start feeling this way. They realized what they had once they saw you with someone else. So that will resonate with some. But overall, I get that this person was narcissistic, or is narcissistic, self-absorbed, narcissistic, that this was a one-sided relationship. Maybe they love bombed you in the beginning to get your attention, and then once they had it, they neglected you. They sure feel sorry for it now because they say they're still in love with you and that they should have chosen you. But I also got the date card that talks about meeting someone new, dating, getting back out there, plan to set a date. So I feel like this person wishes to set a date with you. They want to get back out there. I don't know if they've retreated so much to where they're like in hermit mode or not, but whatever the case, they want to set a date with you. It's possible that you or your person has met someone new, but we can see that their eyes are on you. And but the bottom line is, they want to have a date with you, but they just can't make themselves reach out right now. So what other messages does this person have for option 1, please? For option 1. I thought about pre-shuffling the cards off camera. Maybe I'll do that next time to sort of save time, but this is what I'm doing today. It says, I'm afraid you can't forgive me. This person did something really bad. They could have stabbed you in the back. They deceived you, they betrayed you in some way. And they really feel at a loss as to how to fix it because they know they deeply hurt you. So if this isn't resonating, maybe choose another pile or an option. But this person says, I'm afraid you can't forgive me. They need to be forgiven for something. I don't know if you guys have ever watched the movie Walk the Line. It's the story of Johnny Cash's life, or if you know anything about his life. But you might want to look into it if this is resonating, because this is very much the energy of this person. Kind of like a lost soul, but with potential for great love, just very wounded. And then the next card that came out from your person is, you should have more self-confidence and stop doubting yourself. So I'm getting that sort of resonates with the heaven or hell, it's up to you. So maybe this person at some point was a little bit critical towards you for, even having hurt feelings at times. that's like deflecting or gaslighting you. That's a narcissistic tactic, where it's like they could have done something to hurt you while you guys were talking, and then when you got hurt or acted hurt, then they turn it around on you. And perhaps you let them get away with that. But in order to not allow that to happen again with them or anyone else, you should have more confidence in yourself and stop doubting yourself. Whether you perceive yourself as a very confident person or not, this person wants you to know that. So what other messages does this person have for option 1, please? What other messages? Anything else? I've never felt this connected to anyone before. So they still feel very connected to you. They still want to date you. They want to reach out to you. We'll see what's blocking the connection. We'll see if we can find out, okay? So let me pull some tarot cards. There's a lot of should in this person's language, saying I should have chosen you, you should have more self-confidence. I feel like if they've been critical towards you, and I feel like they have for most of you, they're critical towards themselves, like really critical towards themselves. So the way that they've maybe spoken to you is light compared to the way they speak to themselves. I'm feeling guided to tell you that. Okay. So what's going on, angel spirits and guides, for those who have chosen option 1? For the collective love interest, for those who have chosen option 1. What's going to happen next in this connection, and what's blocking this connection? What's going to happen next in this connection, and what's blocking this connection? Okay, I feel like you might be in a very victorious time of your life, or this person might be perceiving you as being very well supported by friends and family, being accomplished, doing well at work, getting rewards, or being celebrated. But your love for this person and your desire for this person is what holds you back, or at least could potentially be what holds you back from even further success in your life, or this is what this person thinks. We've got fire energy and water energy here. Some of you might be overindulging in partying, going out and having a good time, but I'm really getting more so that your connection to this person is very strong. Like you love this person, they have love for you, there are very warm feelings between the two of you. However, this person has a jealous streak or a jealous side, a controlling nature to them, and is easily hurt, holds grudges for a long time. And I feel like, that's what's blocking the connection. For option 1, your goal is to be happy with this person. You might be a Leo or have it in your chart or have that energy, but your goal is to have your day in the sun with this person, to have the warmth of the sun shining down on your face, to engage in play and good times with this person, to have a blossoming and a nurturing of this connection, to see it to come to fruition and pay off. Like, you view this person as your happiness. You feel like you deserve happiness, and you're right. You do deserve happiness and success and validation and victory. And I feel like your person already views you as pretty victorious, although they do think that you should have more self-confidence. I feel like they feel that, for some of them, they feel that their presence in your life and this connection could hinder you and hold you back from having the success that you could really have. While you're looking at more as like you are on path to having great success and having the sun shine in your life in many areas, just not just in love. And I know that you want to have it with this person. You could have a child with this person or want to have a child with this person, but you want to be set free from all the limitations in this connection, from the blockages. You just want to ride off into the sunset together and have it all. And I feel like you're on track to having it all. Let's see. Unfortunately, you know, I don't know if you know how deceptive this person really is with that Five of Swords. Like, it looks like, you know, they have deceived you, and you know they've deceived you with that Five of Swords. Maybe they've bullied you even. Or maybe you didn't realize that this person really, at the time that they did you wrong, whatever they did, they really enjoyed doing that. And that's a nasty energy. Of course, always take what resonates. Don't force anything to apply. But I feel like, you know, in the recent past or the distant past, you know, you did experience, you know, major change or destruction or loss in this connection. It caused a lot of sadness here between the two of you. And it was largely because this person, this energy, whether it be you or them, I'm thinking it's them for most of you, this person wanted to win at any cost. And so rather than like have an adult conversation with you or make, you know, serious changes, you know, they just settled for breaking your heart to push you away in order to avoid making a decision, or in order to make their decision easier, which we saw they regret the decision that they made, whatever that decision was, whether it was choosing someone else over you or not. You know, they hurt you on purpose in order to make the decision easier for them to make. And in that sense, they felt like they won. And I don't think you know that that's really how they felt. Like, by hurting you, they won. And so that's a little bit different, because sometimes I do readings and it shows that the person didn't want to hurt you. It just happened inadvertently. There's a part of this person that did want to. A big part of them. And they should have tried to resolve things with you honestly and fairly, but maybe they just didn't feel like they could have that conversation with you in a way that would allow them to save face. They knew there was changes that needed to occur in the connection between the two of you, and they just took the easy way. They took the easy way out instead of making those changes. And maybe they were already involved in a troubling situation, and instead of, moving away from that, they just pushed you away because they were afraid of taking a leap of faith with you. And this could be due to, some outdated attitudes that they have. And this is what's really caused delays and blockages in your connection. This person not wanting to change their attitude. Having this combative attitude of making the right enemies is as important as making the right friends. So, as a result, this is why you guys are unhappy, or why this person is unhappy now, and why they caused you unhappiness, because they were unwilling to make those changes that would awaken their heart to the new possibilities of your connection. Let's see. So the past, what's fading away? What's fading away from this right now? What energy is fading away from this connection and situation? What's fading away? This Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So, Maybe you were codependent on this person, or they were codependent on you, and that's fading away, like that's changed. This person seeing you in the Six of Wands energy, which is very victorious energy, being well supported, being successful. But perhaps, they bring out a codependent side in you, regardless if you're male or female. They could make you depend on them. You have all this potential to be this winner. But your love for this person, this Johnny Cash character type person, blocks you from that. Because it makes you, or in the past it made you dependent on them, whether emotionally or financially or some combination thereof. It might have been very comfortable to be with this person, they might have reminded you of someone from your past. Maybe you did know them in a past life, but there's some comfort level that had you in this connection, and it started to get boring. It started to feel trapped for one or both of you. Became like routine, but you let it be that way because you loved them and you wanted them in your life. But what you really needed to do was spread your wings, and I feel like, their breaking their heart had to do with that. If this is a soulmate, they would intuit that you needed to spread your wings. And I feel like if this is water sign energy, they are intuitive. So this happened to have you or help you spread your wings, and that meant, separating from this person. And, I feel like Spirit is saying, let's face it, the connection before you guys split or had an argument or whatever happened here, the connection was disenchanted anyway. Like, you were also starting to lose your enchantment with this person. You might have still loved them and wanted things to go a certain way and work out, but at that point it had stagnated, and that you were just kind of going through the motions with this person. Like, you were just used to them, comfortable with them, and you were overstaying your welcome in the relationship so that you wouldn't have to do what you really need to do, which was embrace your independence and embrace your power and the realization that you deserve equality in your relationships. I hope that you understand what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be mean or critical. I'm just trying to say what Spirit is saying to me here. Communicate in a way that's going to be the most efficient and effective. So let's see. So what's going to happen in this connection? Like, what's the future hold? What's in the near future? We've got the Death card, Scorpio energy. In order for there to be a chance at stability with this person, healing needs to take place. And through that healing will be this death moment, this Death card, this ending and this transformation, because the Death card is a card of transformation. So if this person needs to let go of outdated attitudes that hold them back from you, then and they need to get out of this dark, attitude and this way of thinking in order to, face the fact that they love you and actually do something about it. There needs to come an end to this energy. I don't feel like they're all wrong in asking you to embrace your dark side and that perception is reality, basically. I think they're wrong in their combative nature, which they do. It's kind of like laziness, and there is a certain meanness, basicness to it that needs to die. That part of them needs to die for them to be happy and for you guys to be together. So in the future there is going to be some sort of death or transformation here, the cards are saying. It's the ending of a cycle, or yeah, some of you have already experienced a separation or an ending in this connection. There's going to be another ending here, where whatever you guys are trying to hold on to in this connection and in your lives that doesn't serve you as people, that's gonna need to go. Whether that's other people who affect or interfere with this connection, whether it's living situations, relationships, if this person is with someone else perhaps, or you are, that's gonna need to go, because this change is gonna come, and it's for the best. That's to make a metamorphosis, a change. Because, you know, we see the energies up till now haven't been that great. So a death card in the future is actually a good thing. And where this person's learning, you know, that the patterns that once worked for them are no longer effective, no longer getting them what they want, and they need to change, you know, their behavior and the way they interact with people and the way they interact with you. And that's what they need to do. In order to do that, I feel like they're going to be reflecting on the way they treated you. You're both going to be healing from the difficulties of this connection. I feel like it's taken a toll on both of you. And, you know, as a result, some of you guys are going to get out there and start dating again. So let's ask the question, what's his next move? Readings are never gender specific, so, you know, apply the pronoun that fits your situation. And also, if you like the reading so far, go ahead and hit the like button. That helps to support the channel and keep it going. If you need a personal reading, look in the description box below on details on how to get one. So what is their next move for option 1? What is option 1's love interest's next move, please? What's their next move? What is option 1's next move? This person views you as their wish fulfillment. They love you, okay? We've got the 9 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. It talks about wish fulfillment, love. Wow, 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 wow. So they're gonna charge in. I feel like they are going to communicate with you, come forth with an offer, take some action towards you. If we're asking the cards, you know, what's their next move? That's a question of what's their next action. This is an action card. Air sign energy. It's a card that talks about taking action, but if you note the energy, I mean, just look at the picture. This guy is riding on his sword with his riding on his horse with his sword held aloft, like he's charging in for battle, like he's ready for anything. And we already see that this person has naturally combative energy. I don't know if they came across really soft to you, that you didn't recognize, you know, that part of them that was really sort of shrewd and cold and conniving and combative, but it's definitely a part of their personality. So that's something you're going to have to come to terms with if you want to be with this person going forward in the future. But I feel like they are going to, like, communicate with you. Now, the warning with this card is that this knight can be a bit, you know, fixed in his perceptions. Like, he thinks that his way is the only way, that his way is the right way. He's not real open to others' viewpoints, so there's a certain amount of immaturity behind it. He feels that he's right? He's coming in to you to talk to you in the firm, you know, belief that, you know, what he is saying is right and his views on the situation are right, and he is not really that open to hearing anything very different from what he thinks about the situation. Okay, sort of a fixed energy. Now, it's up to you how you decide to handle that, but the reason they want to come towards you, despite this is such backwards energy, they love you. They want to come charging in with their swords up to tell you, you know, how right they are, and they're ready for anything. And if you want to have an argument, they're ready to argue with you about stuff. But the truth is, what's behind it is that it's because they love you and they view you as their wish fulfillment, and they want to give to you, and they have a lot going for them. Maybe they do have, you know, some success that they've been able to achieve that they want to share with you, or they feel like you do, that they can have that success with you. Maybe this person is starting to get a bit more in touch with their spiritual side, but I do get, like, I mean, look at this guy's face. I mean, this is what's in their heart for you. Big smiles. 9 of Cups is almost 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups is complete, total emotional fulfillment. It's a commitment, comfort, and happiness card. It's a marriage card. So they're very close to feeling like having the ultimate commitment with you, or they're almost there. They have a lot of emotion for you. They feel very happy when they think about you. Maybe they think about you when they're out having a drink or two. But I do know that they have a lot of feelings for you, and those feelings come out in sharp ways sometimes. And then even underneath that, we've got the Chariot card, charging forward, charging towards you. There's still work that this person needs to do on themselves, no doubt. But they have quite a passion for you. And so I'm getting like, yeah, I mean, definitely there's passion behind it and lust behind it, behind their moving towards you. But it's also because they feel strongly guided to do so. They feel strongly guided to do so because I feel like they've been manifesting you. They find you very charming. They feel like, you know, they can have completion with you, and they want to draw you into the life again. And they want to do this because of the Hierophant. They want to have a commitment with you. They see you as somebody serious. They feel the spiritual connection to you. Maybe you communicate telepathically. And remember how I was just talking about that Ten of Cups? There it is. So we're going from a 9 to a 10. So through communication with you, this person is going to take action to move towards you because they want to share their feelings with you. And they're trying to manifest you back into their life for a commitment. And it's the ultimate commitment that they're thinking about. The Ten of Cups, the happy family, the children, the dog, the white picket fence, all of that. And I feel like it's because this person has realized, you know, that they made a mistake. The cards are just backing up what the message said earlier. You know, they made a mistake. They feel a lot of loss without you. They've really gone through this dark night of the soul where they almost feel like, you know, all hope is lost. But there's still a part of them that knows that, like, all hope isn't lost. Like, they're intuitively connected to you, and they can pick up the fact that you're still open and receptive to this, and that you still want the same thing that they want. But with that Page of Swords in reverse energy, I feel like, you know, again, like I said earlier, this person does have a combative part to them that can come across sharp and cold, and that's because of some immaturity and some need for them to change. And I feel like they are changing, like limiting patterns of belief, changing incorrect ways of perceiving and thinking about the world that just sort of based in negativity. And maybe this person is one of the more negative signs. And that doesn't always have to be a bad thing, because if it works for you, then it's okay. But I'm just saying that some of it is a bad thing because it's resulted in them mistreating you in the past and actually feeling like superior, or like they won and beat you at something. But what they really want now, as a result of everything that's gone on, everything that's happened in your connection up till now, is they want that commitment. They want to reconcile with you. They want to date you. This is a date card. They definitely want to date you and get to know you again and share their feelings with you more if they didn't share them much in the past. But I feel like this Five of Cups, sadness, disappointment, and loss was a result of this person lacking clarity and direction in their life, being irresponsible, being impractical, having, again, this narrow or rigid worldview that prevented new information from coming in. And so I feel like they've moved from that Page to the Knight. So they have progressed. They're not as, you know, foolish and rigid and narrow-minded as they once were. So they are making progress. But I feel like, you know, whenever this person experiences difficulties in their life, it's because they have narrow viewpoints about stuff. And it could be they have really worldly viewpoints about all other life areas, but when it comes to intimacy, this person has very particular tastes or viewpoints about things. And I feel like, you know, this stems from this need to control, and the need to control always stems from fear. And so I think that, you know, your connection was so strong, that it is so strong that they just felt like they were unequipped to handle the demands of such a relationship. And so they settled for something that was easier, or went another path that they thought would be less challenging. a path that would feed their ego, as opposed to make them open up and face their fears and get their ego in check. And at the time, you know, they could have just simply not been ready for a serious commitment with anyone. So if they, you know, came across, I feel like they did deceive you in how they came across. You know, they love bombed you, I feel, for a lot of you in the beginning, and they were really warm and sweet and everything, and showed that. And I feel like they do have that side to them, right? They have this side to them that is like paternal and caring and protective and sweet and cultured and worldly and emotional and warm. But there's also that side to them. So this is what they presented, and this is how they behaved. So I feel like this is how they behave when their ego gets the better of them, and this is how they behave when they let their heart get the better of them. When they let their heart lead, they behave much better. So I feel like when this person reaches out to you to communicate with you, because I feel like they do not want to let you go, they're not going to let you go, they're definitely going to make some sort of a move towards you. I mean, it's up to you to, you know, take it slow and figure out, you know, if you want to deal with this person, if you think that they've really changed, really made that transition, that transformation. And, you know, the parts of them that are still very Johnny Cash-like are those parts that you're willing to live with for the long term. Because he was quite the playboy, and he gave his first wife hell, and he gave his second wife hell, but his second wife, June Carter, wrote the song Ring of Fire, and that was about her feelings for him. Like, she felt trapped, like she was in the middle of a ring of fire. Her love for him was so strong, but he was so destructive that she just really felt like, you know, it was going to burn her up. And so, I mean, that gives you some kind of feeling about the energy that you're dealing with here. So it's up to you, you know, what you want to do. And I feel like I need to get advice for you. Can you get advice for option 1, please, regarding this connection? Advice for option 1. What advice do you have for option 1 regarding this connection? Letting go. Get one more card, please. Kindness. So I feel like, yeah, some of you will decide that this is not the type of person that you thought that they were, and that, you know, it's their loss. They should have chosen you, and, you know, you are better off because, you know, you guys have split up, and you've been able to spread your wings. So you value the fact that they came into your life in the first place to sort of help set in motion your ability to spread your wings and become victorious in your life and own your power. But others of you are going to realize that you need to let go of your own control issues, that this person reflects you in a certain way, like you were attracted to them for a reason. Maybe some of these, you know, more negative traits that I've mentioned in this reading, you possess within your own personality to some degree, and maybe that trait is controllingness, or the need to make things go your own way, or be narrow or rigid in your viewpoints. So if that's the case, then you need to let that go. And also, to move this connection forward, you just need to let go of the past. You need to forgive and forget and let go and move forward. I don't suggest forgetting because you want to hold this person accountable so that they don't slip back into old patterns. But I feel like the energy in this reading is that this person is letting go of their old ways of being as well. They're releasing it to the universe. There's this sense of, you know, both of you guys letting go. And I feel like, you know, you're going to need to let go of those fear-based tendencies that you have within yourself, including controllingness, etc., in order for this connection to move forward. And it might feel scary, and you might feel tempted not to do that, you know, but just be kind and compassionate with yourself and with this person when they come forth. And don't be a doormat, of course, but be kind, be compassionate. If you want to, hear them out, see if they've really changed. See if, you know, actions speak louder than words. Watch their actions. Don't just listen to their pretty words, you know, watch their actions, observe their patterns. And, you know, even if you decide to let this person go, do it in a kind way. They might not deserve your kindness, but you'll feel better for it and go forward in your life with better karma if you handle it with a kind heart. And in the meantime, you know, while you're waiting for this person, or if you're still in contact and going forward when you're in a connection, dating this person, because we see they want to date you, all the cards are falling. They see they want to date you. We see that they are coming back to you. We see that they want to date you, that they are coming back to you. So I feel like a lot of you are going to be receptive to that. You are going to date this person and entertain them and give them another chance. In the meantime, though, be kind to yourself. Okay? And in the meantime, you know, don't worry about this situation and how it's going to play out. If you want this person back, you know, focusing on lack is going to prevent it from happening. So this card is saying that, you know, you aren't receiving positive results because you're struggling too much to solve the problem. So by letting go, actually it's the letting go card that says that, by letting go, you're opening yourself up to a miraculous resolution. Okay? So problems aren't there. I feel like there's nothing you need to do, nothing more you need to do here. You need to be willing to surrender the situation to your creator and maybe just do some affirmations in the morning, but then just let it go. And don't spend like all day worried about it. Surrender. You know, and when you let go, everything's gonna turn out perfectly, I feel. And be kind to yourself, and in the meantime, be kind to yourself. And yeah. So that's all I have for you, option 1. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope that was helpful. If you liked it, let me know in the comment section down below. And if you'd like a personal reading, you can contact me through the description box as well. And so if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, as it does help to keep the channel going. And I'm moving on to option 2. Welcome, option 2. Thanks for tuning in. So let's see. What's your first message from your person? I hope you have support to lean on while we're apart. So this person is at a distance from you, whether physically or emotionally. For some of you, they might be on a trip. Others of you guys are in separation. But either way, this person hopes that you have support while the two of you are apart. So the message from the music oracles, we've got Shakira. So regarding your attitude, your person says, don't dream about the sunset at midday. So don't get ahead of yourself, basically. Don't dream about the sunset at midday. If it's midday, be in the present moment, do your thing, do your midday thing, and then, you know, sunset will come eventually. And don't get ahead of yourself. And your person says, regarding your rights, or regarding your lifestyle, know your rights. Know your rights. And their inspirational words of advice for you is, travel is the most effective antidote to indifference. So if you've been feeling indifferent, if you've been feeling stagnation, bored, or trapped in your life, this person's encouraging you to travel. Maybe some of you need to read, expand your minds, travel that way. You know, if you can't afford to travel, then get a book that triggers and inspires your imagination. But I think for most of you, this person's encouraging you to physically travel. Maybe travel towards them. But we'll see. Let's look at some more messages from your person. So picture your person. Think about them. Angels, spirits, and guides, for those who have chosen option 2. What does their person want to tell them? Their love interest. For the collective who have chosen option 2. What messages does their person have for them, their person's higher self? What do they want to say? For those who have chosen option 2, what does their love interest want to tell them? For those who have chosen option 2, what does their love interest want to tell them? I think about you daily. So this person thinks about you every day. If you were wondering, they think about you every day. At the bottom of the deck, I was drawn to look at the bottom, and it says, I wake up thinking about you every day. So they can't avoid thinking about you. At the very least, you're the first thing on their mind. They wake up thinking about you every day. Maybe you were the one that distanced yourself in this connection, but take what resonates. I'm reading for thousands of people, so some parts of the message might apply to you and others might not. Just take what resonates. For option 2, what does option 2's love interest want to say to them? What else do they want to say? Another chatty one. I'm probably not going to leave the karmic anytime soon. So for those of you who resonate with this person being with another person, like if this is a third party situation, they're saying they're not leaving that situation anytime soon. They want you to know that. If it's not a third party situation, you could be talking about anything that interferes with your connection from friends, family, work, religion. So take what resonates. You and I have unfinished business. They acknowledge that the two of you have unfinished business. That's why they think about you so much. So why are they telling you they're not going to leave the karmic anytime soon? What other messages does option 2's person, their love interest, have for them, please? I know it's hard, but be patient with me. Okay. Be patient. This is reminding me of this. Don't dream about the sunset at midday. So this person feels like you guys are in midday. In midday of your relationship or connection. Maybe it's a really long day for some of you, like a never-ending day. And to be together with this person would be to reach sunrise or sunset. Sunrise for some of you. Some of you have a longer journey than others. That's why they want you to be patient. What else does this person have to say to option 2, please? What else does option 2's love interest have to say to them? I'm afraid you can't forgive me. I think this came out in option 1 too. Sometimes it's good to watch the whole video because the collective does seem to attract a certain energy. But yeah, option 2, your person says, I'm afraid you can't forgive me. What else does option 2's love interest have to say? What else does option 2's love interest have to tell them, please, for those who have chosen option 2? I've never felt this connected to anyone before. So imagine what you have to forgive them for is the fact that they feel super connected to you, but yet they're choosing to stay apart from you, or choosing to let something else interfere in your connection, wanting you to wait, be patient, for probably quite a while for a lot of you. What else does this person have to say to option 2, please? What else does this person have to say? You deserve someone better than me. This person thinks you deserve someone better. They're afraid you can't forgive them. Anything else this person want to say to option 2, please? I'm unwilling to trade my security and status even for true love. So apparently the karmic situation or third-party interference has to do with their security and their status. So maybe they're with somebody that has more money, maybe they're married, so their money is mixed up with this other person. If it's not a marriage or another person, then maybe they have to do what their family tells them to do, or else their family will withdraw their money from them or their support from them. There's something to do with security and status. This person is not saying that you're not their true love. They're saying even if you are their true love, at this time they're not willing to trade that. What else does this person have to say? I'm freeing myself from the karmic. I feel like they are. I think they are trying to manifest freeing themselves from the karmic, manifest you back into their life. And I think that they know that in order to do that, they have to free themselves from the karmic. But I feel like it's just taking a long time. And I think again, I'm getting this energy that you've been waiting for a long time for this person. And so they feel like, you deserve better than them, you know, and, uh, and that's why they feel, because they're the type of person that let, money and status be a deciding factor in their life. Maybe you're the type of person that's very loving and believes in love, and you're very romantic, and this person is like the opposite of that, or at least is behaving that way right now. Maybe everything really does happen for a reason. And I'm still in love with you. So I think this person is in love with you. But generally speaking, a confused individual is a time waster. Let's get some guidance from the Love Oracle for overall clarity and guidance for option 2. Guidance from the Love Oracle. Get overall clarity and guidance on these messages for option 2, please, from these messages from their person. Paradise, happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. So if this person is involved with someone else, they might want to have an affair with you and go on a trip. Travel is the best way to cure indifference. So like if the two of you are in a stagnation in your connection, they feel like going on a trip together would solve that. And allow you to have, to be together as one, to experience, expansion, joy, playfulness, and just enjoying each other. And even if this person isn't involved in a third-party situation, as in like they don't have another person that they're romantically involved with, they still feel like, you guys could get together and go on a trip, and that would like help speed things along in your connection. Because this connection is taking a really long time. So for that reason, it's stagnated. So in order to like put spark back into the connection, the two of you might, want to take a trip, or they're thinking about proposing taking a trip with you, or the message they're sending to you today is that, maybe taking a trip would help breathe life back into this connection, would help things to heal a little bit more quickly, would help there to be progress in the connection. Now who's getting ahead of themselves, right? Because they're telling you don't dream about the sunset at midday, but they're also wanting to like take a trip with you before they're willing to put in the work on this connection and really be with you in a real way. So, as always, take that how that resonates. Again, if they are with someone else, they feel like it's for financial reasons, but that you're the one that they really want, and they do want you back. They just, I don't know if they're relying on magical thinking and hoping that, things will just work themselves out in a way that works for everybody involved and nobody has to get hurt, or they can keep, they can save face and keep their status and their security, and have you as well, like have their cake and eat it too. Or if they're actually doing like using the law of attraction, manifestations, affirmations, some of the things that the spiritual community uses to draw somebody back in, I feel like they might be doing that as well. But at present, I don't feel like it's really working for them, because I'm getting this feeling of lack from them. I'm getting that, they're back and forth on should they stay or should they leave the karmic or this third party interference. They know that you guys have unfinished business. They know that you feel extremely connected. They think about you every day. They're still in love with you. They think that things happen for a reason, but they have huge doubts, because they keep, they're on the fence about this karmic situation and how to leave it and when to leave it and all of that. So let's look at what's next in this relationship, like what's their next move and what's blocking it. Let's look at what's blocking it first. Angel, spirits, and guides, please give us clear and accurate guidance for option 2 regarding these messages from their love interest and what's blocking this connection, please. It's too many. I feel at present like you, viewer, are feeling out of control of this connection. Maybe things in your life are happening too quickly, or you're experiencing a lot of stress. There's a sense of being like on a roller coaster, being trapped on a roller coaster and not being able to get off of it. So maybe this is pertaining to like work, family, friends, as well as this connection, all of the above, or just this connection. There's a sense of feeling, out of control, and it could be to do with the fact that there isn't any action being taken towards you at this time, or communication happening at this time. There is an obstacle here, air sign energy with the Queen of Swords. So that is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So perhaps if you know that this person's involved with someone else, only take it if you know this to be true. This person that they're involved with could be an air sign, or have it in their chart, or have that energy. And this is someone who very sharp in mind, sharp in word, who will not tolerate any sort of BS. Is someone that it makes a formidable opponent, hard competition, be difficult to get away from. They're very savvy, and so if this person has their money mixed, if your person has your money mixed up with this person, then it would be difficult to extricate themselves from this person, because this person's got a sword and they know how to use it, basically. So this is crossing your guys's. This is crossing you. Now this could be somebody in your environment, somebody that you know of, but take it how it resonates. I feel like everything that you feel right now, the chaos that you feel regarding this connection, is happening because these emotional trials are meant to help you grow. And I feel like you have a lot of strong willpower, viewer, that you're a very intelligent person yourself. You're a take charge type of person. Maybe you've been in a serious relationship before and it ended badly, or you've been divorced before, it could be. So you just feel like you're tired of like losing out, of going through so much pain, and everybody keeps telling you, oh, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and you're growing as a result of all this. And it's like, you know what, I'm tired of growing. I'm strong enough. Can I just have some happiness in my life? And I feel like this desire for happiness really makes you feel out of control, and because you're being blocked from it. And in part you could be blocking it yourself because of everything you've been through, the pain you've experienced. Now you are someone who is set in your ways. You want to stay independent. You want equality in a relationship. You take a very hard line about that. Maybe you're a little bit uncompromising at times. You don't want to be hindered. You don't want to feel trapped. You don't want to ever feel unable to speak your truth. Maybe you're very outgoing and outspoken. And so maybe some of you are choosing to remain single. Maybe you have other options other than this person. And you're choosing to keep a distance from them. Like I said, I got earlier that some of you are the ones that moved away from this person. And instead you're focusing on your career and intellectual ideas or intellectual goals. Like that's more important to you right now than passion. Because You're being represented by that Eight of Wands in reverse, and that's where I was saying you feel like you're on a roller coaster and like you can't get off, and it could be, that this person makes you feel this way, that you feel overwhelmed, or you're just in a really busy place in your life right now, that there's unexpected things that are throwing you off balance and stuff. And there might be a need, like, again, this can speak of needing to travel, needing to relocate. I feel like the thought of travel, you might not be somebody that particularly enjoys travel or enjoys moving, so that might be stressing you out. Even if it was to do something fun, like meet up with your lover, I feel like that would be stressful for you. Like you'd rather not do it. Like, I just feel like this connection makes you feel out of control, and the thought of having a secret affair with this person makes you feel out of control, and you're just as likely to cut this person out and just focus on your own stuff rather than be in that out of control energy. For option 2. I feel like subconsciously you feel like there was no love in this connection, or that this person didn't offer you real love. Like if they offered you love, or if they told you that they loved you, I feel like, some of you feel like that person was lying or it wasn't real. Because the Ace of Cups is a card talking about, a new offer, new beginning in love. It talks about being overflowing with love, overflowing with emotion. And with it being reversed, I feel like, obviously this didn't get off the ground or get very far, this connection. And, for some of you, this romance, might have seemed promising, but it just didn't turn out the way that you had hoped. And it could have been that maybe you thought that when you met this person that the time was right and it was perfect and it was the right time to start this and it was going to go somewhere. And, everything happens for a reason. It wasn't meant to go anywhere at that time. So I feel like subconsciously you guys feel that this person never loved you because it never got off the ground and it never went anywhere. And you really felt like when you met this person, this was the beginning of something beautiful, and then it didn't go anywhere. And then you felt like a rejected little kid or something, like your love was rejected, that you were not honored, and that it was because this person didn't love you. All these obstacles, all these limitations, and all these disappointments. But I get that this person does have love for you. This person does have genuine affection for you. The timing wasn't right. They were not at and are not at the place that you need them to be to have a equal give and take committed relationship. And let's see, for option 2. Okay. Yeah, in the past, this person came out in the Seven of Swords energy. I feel like some of you were self-deceptive. Like the signs were there for you to know, what this person was about, and you kind of chose to overlook those. And as a result, you ended up getting hurt. I really feel like you took a gamble, you took a risk on this connection. Because you thought it could really turn into something and be something real. And so you gambled, but it didn't work out. Because the Seven of Swords is about, ignoring red flags, making risky moves, and so very rarely does Seven of Swords energy produce something good. So you might have been acting without thinking. It was a tricky situation. I feel like that might have been plain or clear to see to those around you, but I don't think it was that clear to see with you. Or if you did know that, you thought that you could create a plan to move it forward anyway, but you didn't have all the information that you needed. You didn't know all the obstacles that were present in this connection that would prevent it from moving forward. Perhaps like a lack of ability for this person to feel love or to express it. I feel like they felt it, but they couldn't express it. And so, yeah. You guys either had an argument, or this person, did something sneaky, or you did. Take what resonates. But I feel like if you left this connection, whoever left this connection, they did so because it didn't meet their spiritual or intellectual needs. And with this coming out in reverse, it's saying, that in the recent past or in the past that, you behaved without thinking, and or your person did, or they were overly cautious and afraid to take action, and they needed to come clean with you. Maybe they did come clean with you, told you something, confessed something that you couldn't overlook, and so you walked away from this person. And could be some of them even try to apologize to you, but you didn't accept their apology, or they know they need to apologize to you, but they're afraid that you can't forgive them. But yeah, there was some manipulation, some hurt and betrayal here in the past. And somebody could have warned you about this person too, I'm getting. Okay, so let's see. For option 2. If you're liking the reading so far, please hit the like button. Let me know in the comment section down below if this is resonating with you. Maybe subscribe. I do lots of pick a card readings on this channel. Also, in my description box below, there's a link to Instagram if you want to follow me on there. I'm going to do an Instagram reading, energy checkup for your person, type reading, pick a card on Instagram this weekend. So for option 2. Okay, I feel like, despite everything, you still want to fight for this connection. You want to overcome the obstacles in your life, but also, particularly regarding this connection, you really want to fight for it with that 7 of Wands. You know it's going to be a lot of work. You have to have courage. You really believe in this connection, and you want it to work, and you're willing to face challenges. If this person is involved with a third party, or that somebody else is interfering or something else is interfering, you want to fight those things off. You want to fight off the competition. You want to keep working on this. Even though I feel like your challenges in this connection are formidable, just make sure you're not the only one fighting for it, is what I'm feeling guided to tell you. Because this person misses you and everything. But what are they going to do about it? But as far as you go, I feel like you've reached the end of your rope with this person, but you've tied a knot and you're hanging on, right? You don't want to fight with this person. You want to come up with solutions. And I feel like you're tempted to give up, but I think that really, you're kind of an optimist despite it all, and at least towards this connection, and you feel positive that you guys can resolve your difficulties. So what's in the near future for option 2 and their love interest, please? What's in the near future? What's going to happen? Excuse me. So we got lots of fire and air and a little bit of water on the board. In the near future, I feel like, it's going to be continued lack of commitment. This person's coming out King of Wands in reverse energy, or it could be you. Take it out, it resonates. Gender is, insignificant in tarot, so just apply it. But I feel like it's continued delays to your success with this person, not getting what you'd hoped for. And if it's talking about them, it's saying that he or she, I'm going to just channel as a feminine, he is not available to you, and he can't help you even if he wants to. So, it could be, again, talking about his loyalties lying elsewhere. So it could say that he's not, probably not a bad guy, not, being dishonest in the future. At least he's not going to be being dishonest with you or irresponsible with you, but he is just not forthcoming. He's not coming forward. So, you could be losing your enthusiasm for this person. Or they could be losing enthusiasm. Or you guys might go up and down, ebb and flow with that enthusiasm. Sometimes you feel more enthusiastic, because we already saw this energy with him is back and forth. Like, they love you, but they're not going to leave the karmic anytime soon. They think about you every day, but they don't know if you can forgive them. Like, that's going to continue in the future. Wishy-washy. And so it's going to make this romance slow to really get going and get started or restarted. Oops. And let's ask, what's their next move? So we see that in the future doesn't look like much, but we'll ask anyway. Angel, spirits, and guides, what's this person's next move towards option 2? What's their next move? They're going to sit pretty like they're an empress, whether or not they're a female or not. They're, yeah, like the empress waits for you to come to them. So I feel like if you've already come to this person a lot, like if you're always the one initiating contact and stuff, you probably don't want to do that, right? Especially if this person is involved with somebody else, and it's like on them to make the first move. So I feel like what they're going to do is they're going to sit pretty, they yeah, they might be overindulging themselves, like spending money on themselves, seeking pleasure. Could be, if this is a masculine and you know them to be involved with someone else, it could be a Taurus or a Libra, or they could have that energy. Again, this is another indication. It could be a wife involved, because this is a card that can indicate wife. But I feel like your person does want to experience a mature and loving relationship, based on mutual trust, affection, and respect. And I feel like they are very sexually attracted to you, but they know that they would need to leave something that's no longer working for them in order to have that. And I still feel like, they're confused, and unsure on how to do that. So, yeah. So let's get advice for you. And we've got the Second Chances card in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So sort of just continuing to support this Judgment card in reverse, continuing to support that this person is not moving towards you, basically, and can't make a decision, won't make the decision, nor won't make the changes necessary to move ahead in this connection, because they're confused about how to proceed, and they don't want to face up to the harm that they've done with you. They don't want to face down their demons. They're in fear of their demons. The problem with that is that when you don't face your demons, you also don't face your angels. So, like, this person remains confused about who they are, and not honoring themselves, and ignoring the good sides of themselves as well. They could be, at times I feel like this, again, this ebb and flow. I feel like sometimes they're really hard on themselves, and it could, like, be very hard on this empress, or that empress, whoever that represents as well. Critical. But this is because, this person knows that they're avoiding doing something they avoiding facing their own demons or dark side, and making necessary changes. And it could be too that this this third party is very critical of your person. I just got that as well. But I continue to feel that this person does have, regrets about a decision they made. And if they decide to move towards you, I feel like they're going to have regrets towards that other person, that third party. They're going to have regrets about that too, because even if they want to leave that person, they, they still are going to have regrets about it. And I just feel like your person's vision is limited, and they're being very careful and conservative and in fear, and they just creates more obstacles and delays the connection. And they're just sticking to their tried and true methods of what they think works for them. And maybe they're in a situation where they can have control, and they like that. They feel more stable. We already saw that. They have affection for you, but that true love's not a top priority for them, and it's easier to be in a connection that's based on like material things or status, because that allows them a certain level of control that makes them feel secure. And excuse me. And they don't want their sense of power to dwindle. They could be, some of them, dependent on this third party, whether it's family, parents, or another person, financially as well. Okay, advice. Angel spirits and guides, what advice do you have for option 2 regarding this connection, please? What advice do you have for them? I see that you guys are not wanting to give up. And this person did ask you to be patient with them, but what advice? What advice does Spirit have for option 2, please? Higher consciousness and new location. So we got moving like 3 times here. So you might definitely need to take this move. This person's advice to you is travel is the effective antidote to indifference. So they may or may not be thinking about being able to travel with you. But regardless if you can travel with them or not, you should probably think about like traveling or moving house, because there's some new energy trying to come in for you with that new location. Maybe you're going to change the place where you work, or you have recently moved or changed the place of where you work. It's meant to bring new energy into your life and into this connection, and give you like some a positive change, or it's time to consider this change. And so regardless of what type of new location the card's talking about, you just need to have faith that this is going to be a change for the better, and it's going to bring better things into your life. It's going to bring improvements into your life. And listen to your higher conscious on that, and on this connection as well with the higher consciousness card. Could be you're in communication with this person in the 5D. So if you want to tell them how you feel about this reading, if it's resonating with you, I feel like for a lot of you, they can hear you and can sense your thoughts about it. They wake up thinking about you every day. So that says like in dream state, they're connected with you. That's why they wake up thinking about you every day. And you are, being told that you're receiving guidance from your true self and your higher consciousness. So you can trust that guidance, as it is connected to the divine. And I feel like you are listening to love rather than fear. Much more so, this person's listening to fear. You're listening to love. And you're being praised for that. By your higher power. And recent feelings and thoughts and dreams that you have, your goals, your aspiration to continue fighting on for what you want, I feel like that is divinely guided as well. And you being on the spiritual path has helped you to get more in touch with your higher self and your intuition. And you're meant to listen to that quiet voice within. And you could do that, increase your ability to listen by doing yoga and meditation, or just simply put your foot down to the universe and tell your universe, this is what I'm going to do, this is my goal, and this is what I'm working on, and be adamant about that. But it's going to work out very well, Spirit is saying. Carve out time away from noise and stress, because I feel like a lot of you are around a lot of activity or stress. Get away from that. Again, vacation, even if it's just a day at a nice hotel and you're getting a suite and you're sitting in the hot tub and you're enjoying yourself, some little day vacation, day trip, anything. You need to get away from noise and stress. and go on a nature walk. Go on a retreat. Whatever you choose, that's going to help you get more clear about what you need to do here and how to manifest this person into your life, how to manifest them come forward, because I feel like you guys aren't giving up on this person. And I feel like this card is saying that you can manifest this person. But you need to listen to your guidance in order to do that. And so you can more easily hear and understand the voice of spirit. Best wishes to you on that. I feel like you got your work cut out for you, option 2, but I commend your effort and your dedication. Okay? So if you liked the video, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, as that does help to support the channel and keep it going. And if you'd like a personal reading, my contact information is in the description box below. Just remember, to put the 88 after my name. Of having issues with people sending their money to the wrong email address, sending their information to the wrong email address. Again, my email address is theoracledragon88@gmail.com. Okay? Moving on to option 3. Thanks again. Alright, option 3, thanks for tuning in. So let's see, what's your first message from your person? There's so much we still need to say to each other. So your person says there's so much you still need to say to each other. The card that came out for you from the music oracles is Leonard Cohen. Leonard Cohen, I don't know who that is. I have a book here, I can look that up. But so your person says about your attitude, when it comes to art, all that matters is telling your story well. So you might be an artist or a creative person or have a creative mind or be a creative storyteller, but I feel like since, this is talking about what you need to say to one another, I feel like this person is saying to you, all that matters is you tell your story well. So it doesn't matter if you say it perfectly, say what you need to say. Isn't that a song too? Say what you need to say. Yeah. And about lifestyle, they say travel lightly through the darkness. So in other words, don't get bogged down by the darkness or any negativity you're experiencing in your life, Keep a sense of humor about it. That'll help you get through it. And their inspired guidance or advice for you is learn to live in the intervals between events. Learn to live in the intervals between events. So I don't know if this person feels that you just stop living when nothing exciting is happening in your life, or when you're not in communication or contact with this person, or when something major isn't happening, you just sort of like sit around and wait. Wait actively if you're waiting. Okay? Continue to live your life even when things are mundane and nothing exciting's happened. When it's just ordinary everyday life, that most of life happens in between events. Generally speaking, life is pretty boring, so learn to live anyway. Like, experience, have fun, be in the present moment anyway, despite, waiting or being patient or just, experiencing mundanity of life. So think about your person. I'm going to get some more messages. I'm feeling guided to look up this Leonard Cohen. If you don't want to see this part, you can fast forward, but I don't know who this is, and I feel like there might be something useful here for you about this reading. This is somebody that was a novelist and a poet. By the time he released an album, okay, he's considered a lyrical genius, and he's the laureate of lovelorn introverts. So you might be lovelorn, or your person might be lovelorn. They might be an introvert. He's a self-proclaimed outsider and a representative of forsaken waifs everywhere. That's just a kind of stereotype, like the waif that doesn't eat and faints and just feels forsaken and puts his or her hand on the forehead and is like limp. He regarded his songs as investigations into the hidden mechanics of love, sex, war, religion, and death. Ironically sentimental, always striving for honesty and profundity, a merciless chronicler of delusion, disappointment, and bittersweet truths. Cohen inspired extraordinary devotion among his adoring acolytes and fellow artists. In his later years, he enjoyed a remarkable renaissance, his song Hallelujah becoming an ubiquitous anthem for our age. Interesting. Wow, this deep individual. A little bit sad. Okay. So for those who have chosen option 3, spirits, angels, and guides, please get us messages from their love interest. What does their love interest want to tell them for option 3? Having a little difficulty shuffling the cards here. Maybe this person's too introverted. Hopefully they'll speak. The last 2 piles spoke a lot. All right. So for those who have chosen option 3, what messages does their love interest have for them? What messages does option 3's love interest have for them, please? What messages does option 3's love interest have for them, please? These 2 cards want to come out, but kind of unsure about coming out, so I'm just going to take them. Yep, I put my walls up to protect me. And that's totally the vibe that I was getting from this person. I need my space and alone time right now. So in other words, please stop asking me questions and trying to talk to me. I need my space and my alone time right now. Should we honor that? No. Sorry, I'm pushy. All right, let's see. For option 3, their love interest, what other messages can we get out of them, please? Or will their higher self speak to us, please? What messages does option 3 have for the viewers? I act like an asshole because I'm having a harder time than you know. Okay. And you probably don't know because there's so much more you guys still need to say to each other, because it seems like this person's kind of tight-lipped, and they might be very lyrical and poetic in the way that they speak, but a lot of times poetry and lyrics raise more questions than they answer, because it's not a very direct way of communicating. Okay. So yeah, they act like an asshole because they're going through more, and they're the type that when they're going through hard times, they withdraw. What else does option 3's love interest want to tell them, please? Anything else? What else does option 3's love interest want to tell them, please? Or what are they willing to tell them? Option 3. I know I took advantage of you, but I learned my lesson when I lost you. So this person took advantage of you. It created either distance or loss in this connection. They wish they could take back the things that they said that hurt you. And they don't want you to focus on their options. You're the only one they want. They might have settled for someone or something else that that they no longer want, right? They settled for something they no longer want for some of you. So if you know this person has other options, they're telling you you're the only one they want. And they learned their lesson when they lost you. They act like an asshole, because they're having a hard time with that fact. And also, they're the type that withdraws when they're going through struggles or hardship. They put up their walls to protect them. They know you have more things that you need to say to each other, but they need their alone time. So I'm going to get a love oracle. Is that what I want to do? Yeah. For overall clarity and guidance on these messages for option 3. Clock. Need time, takes time, in time, cycles, time to heal, and progress. So in time, you guys will make progress on this connection. In time, this person may progress towards you. It just needs time, and it's taking time. This person says that, they act like a jerk, when they're having a hard time. So maybe they're having a hard time because they're healing from something. I feel like they feel sad that they took advantage of you and they lost you, so they, are healing from that. But I feel like there's more to it than that. They're healing their heart, I get. Like healing from heartbreak, a need freedom from a toxic relationship or an addiction. So this person might struggle with an addiction. An addiction can be anything that we use to avoid dealing with our problems. So it could literally be to anything, and it could even be to another person or a codependent relationship. So perhaps they're trying to heal from overcoming that sort of a situation, or some sort of wound that they've had for a long time that makes them behave the way that they behave. So in time, their heart will heal and they'll be able to progress towards you. Interesting. Okay. So what's blocking this connection? What's blocking this connection? Angel spirits and guides, please give us clear and accurate guidance on these messages, please, for option 3. What's blocking this connection? I feel like this person, abandoned you or walked away from you, and you're coming out of that, like you're recovering from that with this 5 of Pentacles in reverse. I get it in feeling this person gave you the silent treatment, or is giving you the silent treatment, or you feel like they're giving you the silent treatment. That made you feel abandoned. So even if you didn't have a separation, for the few of you that, did not have a physical separation with this person, you just feel abandoned when they go into retreat mode, introvert mode, right? When they go into their cave, you feel abandoned, I get. Because they're not talking to you, and there's a lot that needs to be said. What's blocking this connection? Incompatibility, lack of commitment, doubts about the way this person feels about you. I'm going to get more cards. We'll get deeper into it after I pull more cards. Okay. Yeah, definitely lack of commitment between the two of you up till now, or there was a commitment. A few of you might have actually had a higher level commitment, like a marriage, but then you separated. But take it what how it resonates. Reading for 1,000 people, so not every part of every reading will resonate, and don't force it to apply. If it doesn't fit, maybe choose another option or another video. But I feel like with this Hierophant in reverse, this person was not ready to commit, or you were not ready to commit, and I feel like you were aware of that. um, I'm not sure why. Maybe this person's a Taurus or has it in their chart, and they're embodying, even if they're not a Taurus, they're embodying more of a negative Taurus traits, because this is in reverse. That's interesting. I think I'm going to need a clarifier on that. Definitely this person was non-committal, and they might have been, more of a player than you realized. Could even be for some of you, if you resonate with Sagittarius or fire sign, that you are more of the one, like, subconsciously you're not ready to commit either, or you weren't either. You were wanting to keep your options open. But let me get a clarification on that. Clarify the Hierophant in reverse. Why is that here? Yeah, there was healing to be. I feel like you were entertaining this person. You guys were entertaining each other, despite the fact that you both knew that it was not likely to end up in a commitment, at least in the past. I feel like part of that was because you guys were trying to break away from something. I don't know if you're different races or come from different classes, but there's some difference that might be frowned upon by your people, family, friends, etc., or theirs. And so this was like rebellion. You were driven in part by rebellion to entertain this person, and them, or them you. Because you want to break away from, there's this feeling of wanting to break away from expectations from those around you. By being with this person, you're kind of going against the grain, and so you want to just try something different, try something new, wanting to be your own person, and saying to hell with what everybody else thinks, and that was part of what informed your desire to be with, to be together. And one or both of you in the past, whether with this person or someone else, just really felt oppressed by like your social or religious or cultural influences in your life, or a relationship that you felt trapped in. And so you didn't want to feel that way again. So even though, you wanted to be with this person, right? Or you do want to be with this person, and they want to be with you, like subconsciously you were drawn to each other, in part because you felt that you were being rebellious by being together, number one. And number two, you felt like you guys had one thing in common, this desire to not be tied down. Interesting. And it could be, that there was imbalanced give and take in this connection, or there was imbalanced give and take in a previous connection, perhaps with a parent or a mother figure even, where, somebody had a lot of power over you, made you feel oppressed, made you feel trapped. And so you really wanted to rebel against that. And by being with this person, you were working through some of that. And I feel like, they were working through some of that as well. And with that four, in reverse, that Four of Swords in reverse, it might not have been the healthiest impulses that brought you guys together, because with a Four upright, it talks about healing, right? Taking time to heal. But in reverse, I said, like, I feel like you guys needed sort of a break from oppression and being told what to do, and having other people in your business or controlling you, But by being together, you didn't really achieve that. Like, instead, you just got more of the same, and so you were never really you were drawn to each other to heal, but I feel like you weren't allowed or you weren't able to heal, or recover from, these past influences that made you feel oppressed. And so I feel like, part of the reason what brought you guys together initially is part of the reason why you guys started having problems or split up. Or part of the reason why this person gave up on the connection or gave in. And I know that, they have regrets about doing that. So you might not know that they have regrets about doing that, or you might not know anything I just said. Well, now you know. So take it if it resonates. Use your own intuition to decide if it fits your situation. But I feel like, maybe what you guys wanted was not wrong-headed, but what brought you together is also what keeps you apart. Like two magnets that come together, you're attracted to each other to a certain extent, and then like you start pushing each other apart after a while. This is sort of incompatibility, and I'm getting there is some like genuine or real incompatibility issues in the connection, which I'll get into more. But I feel like this, whether you realize it or not, or whether they realize it or not, it's likely that this separation is temporary in order for you guys to do the real healing work, to heal those old wounds, to gain clarity, and to work on yourselves, like for real, as opposed to just rebelling against the world or whatever. If you know what I mean, which I hope you do, because I can't explain that anymore. So what energy is fading away now? What energy in this connection is fading away, is ending or fading away? For option 3. Yeah, the energy that's fading away is running away from your problems in an incorrect fashion, like I just described. You're going to instead move away from rocky waters. I feel like you guys did move away from rocky waters, either together for some of you or separately, in order to do the real healing work, like that Four of Swords in reverse said. So, if you guys moved away from each other, you try to escape from your problems, or just moved away for a change for something better, I feel like that time is ending. I felt like that was just done because somebody wanted smooth sailing. Maybe things got really difficult in your connection. This person needed their space and alone time, so they moved away from you. They wanted to put distance between or escape from this connection. They pushed you away because for some of you, said things that hurt you. And I feel like that time is ending, though. I feel like that was necessary to do the real healing, and that you're entering in a time where you acknowledge that this distance was needed for you guys to resolve your problems and come to a place of understanding, if not harmony, in your connection. And you're coming into a time where you need to let bygones be bygones. And, some of you might have felt, in the past, that this connection is unworkable and that there's something better, or your person felt that. So they had very little to offer you in terms of something solid, grounded, and real in the past. And so that's part of what caused the separation or disconnection here. I feel like your goals have a lot to do with, having something grounded, having something solid and real. And like I just said, this person didn't have that to give to you, or maybe you didn't have that to give to them, or there was a sense of there wasn't enough. The intentions were good, I feel, but instead separation was experienced in order to heal. But you you've either moved up financially, career-wise, or just within, by gaining stability in yourself, particularly if you're the feminine in this connection with that Queen of Pentacles. It's earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You could have that energy about you. And I feel like, you know that this person is very important to you, and you know that you have a lot to offer them, I feel. And so, regardless of if there is incompatibility in the connection, some of you might be a parent to this person's child, or you want to be the parent to their child, or you just have a real nurturing way about you. You're a very comfortable, person. You have good managerial skills, whether that's your job title or not. You have a keen understanding of the practical world, and maybe this is how you view your person, and your goal is to be with them because of these traits, but take what resonates. I think, ideally, you just want to see your ships come in on this connection. You want to have a harvest here. You want to be nurtured, and you want it to be equal, like equal give and take. Like if you gave a lot to this person before, and you shared your nurturing energy with them, you want them to return that and nurture you in return. And be practical with you, be grounded with you, have something real. I feel like, you are working on yourself in more ways than one. You're becoming more wise. You are getting more comfortable in your own body. If you ever had body image issues, I feel like some of you did, and you're getting more comfortable in your own body, and you're just enjoying your creature comforts. Like you want to have stability in your life. And your ideal is a mature, sincere relationship, one that's really full of, sensual pleasure, sexual pleasure, comforts, luxuries, not like a yacht or anything, just, the little simple luxuries that make your life easier and more enjoyable. Financial security, good things in life. And that's what you're wanting. And, at present, you're starting to work on that, coming out of that Five of Pentacles energy, where you felt left out in the cold. You're starting to recover from that. And you're being very persistent, I feel. Even in, even though I feel like the odds are against this connection, especially right now, you're being brave, and you're doing what you need to do, taking steps forward in your life, and reaching like really deeply inside of yourself to find the strength to carry on in your life and with regard to this connection. I think you get the sense that the worst is over here, and maybe you've increased your spirituality or your time in prayer. Something has helped you to realize that the worst is over. And I feel like, some of you might be letting go of, this connection if you feel like it's irreparable or it's too unfulfilling. You might be seeking something better. Some of you moved on to something better. You were this, the one in the Six of Swords card that moved on to something better, and maybe you're still in that energy. But a lot of you could be also feeling like you're on the verge of emerging from a difficult time in this connection with this person, and that you're willing to do what's necessary to repair those damages. And I feel like, with this Ten of Cups in reverse was crossing the Five of Pentacles. Some of the adversity that you experience in this connection has to do with, the disappointment this person caused you, the disharmony. Like I said, there's some differences or incompatibility personality-wise. Or maybe just like with regards to ideas around marriage, family, or home life. Maybe you're brought up very differently, and so that this creates obstacles in the connection. This blocks, the connection. These are some of the things that you're trying to overcome. Some of what has created problems in this connection that you're trying to recover from, and that you're being persistent about learning how to deal with. And maybe, some of you were raised in a household where stuff was very important, more important than love. Maybe you had a narcissistic or very materialistic parent, and so this has sort of warped your feelings about love, or made you someone that gives too much or somebody that takes too much. Take what resonates, because it's going to be different for for all of you. But you're learning your lessons from that. And And if this person doesn't share your values or has very different ideas about, life together or family life together, I feel like you're recovering from and forgiving them and understanding, that it's not necessarily their fault, that you're just different people and you were raised differently. And understanding that's a big part of your healing and your recovery from the disappointments in the connection. And it could even be that you guys get along fine, but their people, friends, family, in-laws, or kids, or whoever were causing, maybe a former relationship was causing problems in this connection, and that's also what's blocking the recovery of this connection. But you have high hopes, like, that it will work out. It's like option 2 had high hopes that if he continued fighting on little by little, it will eventually pay off. So let's see. The near future, what does the near future hold for option 3? What's going to happen in the near future? For option 3, I feel like, this time of disappointment, heartbreak, pain, and suffering between the two of you is coming to an end. I feel like there's still, going to be a little more pain in the future as you overcome, if there was a betrayal, especially if there's been some sort of a betrayal, this person, has acted like an asshole to you, said something that they shouldn't have said, it looks like. So they lost you because they took advantage of you. I feel like, there's still a bad aftertaste in your mouth as a result of that, some hard feelings still, but you're recovering from that. And so in the near future, you guys can cooperate with that 3 of Pentacles. You guys can work together on this connection to come to some solution to advance it or progress it, heal the connection in some way. You're going to take some steps towards that, is what the cards are saying. And it could be that you're going to express yourself, or they're going to express themselves. And so I feel like you're going to receive some sort of satisfaction as a result of that. I feel like you've developed your relationship skills because of everything you've gone through. You've learned some valuable lessons about, your different personalities and about your past and why things happen the way that they've happened. And I feel like, in the future, even like in work or with regards to money, you could get some recognition or reward where your talents are being valued. And whatever you do, I feel like, the people around you are going to benefit from you being you and you doing your work. And also this person is going to benefit from having you in their life. Some of you are very talented, so I feel like some of you might be marketing your skills or your talents going forward, but that's just a side note. But with regard to this connection, I feel like, you've worked through, you're gonna work through the challenges and invest, more effort in this relationship. And that things are going to enter, an upswing, and that you guys are going to enjoy your relationship more in the future. And that you will have that contentment and that security, maybe not to the full extent, not to this like Queen of Pentacles extent, but to the 3 of Pentacles extent, which is still good. It's showing progress. So let's ask the cards, what is his next move? What is their next move or his next move? Take it how it resonates. What's his next move for option 3? Option 3's person's next move. They're going to be swinging in the breeze for a while longer, not going to lie to you, with that Hangman in reverse. They will come out of that Hangman reverse energy, but I feel like it's going to take a while. We've got Pentacles on the board. Pentacles usually take, a while, months at the very least. Time is fluid in tarot. Nothing is set, so it'll be different for, whoever, for each of you. But I feel like your person is going to continue to be at a crossroad about making a decision, probably how to approach you. And I feel like, you might be able to cooperate with each other and get to a place where you share a little bit with one another with that Three of Pentacles in the near future. But then, when it comes to having something solid and real, to really nailing this thing down, this person's going to be, indecisive again, retreat again, at least, to some extent. And what they need to do is they need to listen to their higher power. I don't know if this person's an atheist or they're not spiritual or they're just so in their ego, but I feel like that only holds them back in their life, and they need to listen to their intuition and their higher power. And the faster and better they do that, the more quickly they're going to be able to make a decision and come out of the stagnation that they're putting this connection in. They need to pay attention to their real needs, and because by ignoring their real needs, they're just causing themselves frustration. And I feel like they need you. A lot of you, they need you, and because their messages to you are very apologetic and in the interest of explaining themselves, because they care. They want you to understand, and there's more they need to say to you. And they don't want you to focus on any other options they have, but but something in their life needs to go. They need to make some sort of a sacrifice, and they need to make the right sacrifice. They need to not be a martyr and make the wrong sacrifices and then complain, or feel bad or sorry for themselves that, oh, I've already sacrificed this, why isn't that good enough? No, if this person would tune in to the truth of what they really want, then they would know what sacrifices to make, and those sacrifices wouldn't even feel like sacrifices, because they'll be making those sacrifices for the right reasons. So they need to stop being hung up on something or someone and be true to themselves. And if they're clinging to another relationship, they've outgrown that. They need to make a change, and I feel that they will. I feel like this person is hung up on you to an extent and wonders and questions sometimes, if they're the only one that feels this way, like if you even return their affection anymore. I feel like whatever this person is looking for, it's inside themselves. The answer is inside themselves. So they're kind of in the right energy by trying to be like Hanged Man, where it is about meditating and getting in touch with your true self to figure out the right path forward. But they're like being their own worst enemy and not really getting the picture very clearly, not really interpreting Spirit's voice very well. They're like misinterpreting Spirit. But once they stop doing that, I feel like they can sacrifice whatever they need to sacrifice in order, even if it's not another person, if it's just a behavior or way of being, retreating and acting up and being negative or whatever the case may be, they're going to sacrifice that behavior for the good of the relationship. And you guys are going to have a passionate new beginning if they do that. With the Ace of Wands, talking about, a new beginning, and there being a spark in the connection again. Maybe this person will apologize to you. Maybe not right away. Like maybe you guys will start up again and then they'll apologize for what they've done or whatever. But some of you, they might apologize outright, and that's how things get going again. But I feel like there's going to be an opportunity, and this is going to inspire this person to come out of stagnation and to, want a new start and take a chance on a new start. And it's because they have passion for you. They feel like you guys have promise. There's promise in this connection with you. I feel like, just their passion for you, it inspires them to express themselves in a new way, and will allow, I feel like they're going to see you in a new light, whereas before they might have been blocking themselves from truly seeing you, wearing a blindfold because of they were afraid to make a decision, or they were afraid to cause problems in their life, or so now they're going to see the true you. And I think it's going to be fun. I feel like you guys, they're going to get in touch with a more lighthearted, fun side of themselves, not be so heavy and serious, and that you guys are going to have excitement together. And it's going to be, there's a lot of excitement with that card about possibilities opening up for you, and this person really going for it, and you really going for it in this connection, and having a new phase of love that's highly romantic and passionate and joyful, and one that has the potential for really being loyal and committed, and certainly does have like a strong sense of purpose behind it. Maybe you guys are creative, maybe you're artists or something, like I said before, but you guys can be creative together, maybe in just how you creatively problem solve the differences in your connection. But I feel like, you're definitely, this person, God willing, and pray for them, they will start understanding what Spirit's trying to tell them and allow this new start in your connection, because it will be a very romantic and joyful new start. So I'm going to get a card for advice for option 3. Angel spirits and guides for those who have chosen option 3. What advice does Spirit have for them, please? What advice does Spirit have for option 3 regarding this connection and this person? What advice does Spirit have for option 3, please? Problem resolved. Beautiful. Beautiful. I have not seen this card in a long time. And I remember when I first got this deck like 20 years ago, whenever this card would come out, the problem was resolved. This is a powerful card. So the problem is resolved, the differences in the connection, whatever problems the two of you are going through, Spirit is telling you that the problem's resolved. So it's a very, very, very positive card for you to get at this point in the reading, telling you that an issue that's been bothering you is being healed behind the scenes. The solution is creative, ingenious, and a joyful surprise for you. So from the book it says that you're on the cusp of experiencing welcome relief from a problem that's been bothering you. And Spirit wants you to know that you have reason to smile as heaven is working on the solution that's so creative you'll chuckle with delight at God's sense of humor. Basically, it's a win-win for everyone. So you'll soon be receiving good news, such as the healing of a strained relationship, an unexpected financial resource, a resolved health issue, a happy addition to your home, a new career opportunity, or a romantic proposal. Please don't strain to figure out how this solution will be achieved or in what form it will manifest. Instead, let yourself enjoy feelings of excitement and gratitude as you allow heaven to help you. So an affirmation you can say to help this connection along is, I ask that all effects of mistakes and misunderstandings be undone both in the past and present. I ask that all effects of mistakes and misunderstandings be undone both in the past and in the present. So you might write that down. If you do affirmations in the morning, which I highly recommend everyone do because it does help you manifest your dreams into your life, that could be a manifestation you say in the morning and then forget about it and then enjoy the rest of your day. And that's the best way to do manifestations, okay? And I am getting that there's a new opportunity, though, with this person. All right, option 3, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please hit the like button and consider subscribing if you haven't already, as it continues to support the channel and keeps it going. And if you'd like a personal reading, details on how to get one are in the description box below. Leave a comment in the comment section if this resonated with you, and follow me on Instagram for more pick-a-card readings, okay? I think that's it. Thanks for watching.